So I am here with my January book haul because it's the end of the month and there is books. There is a huge stack of books beside me, and I mean, pretty huge. I have 20 books here. Let me just double check that count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 books. And I'm going to show them to you today. So these are in no particular order because I can't remember what order I bought them in, but I will kind of talk about each one and why I bought it, etc., etc. So wait up on that. So first off, I picked up Artemis Fowl and the Last Guardian. If you remember from my last book haul, I picked up book 6 and what number is this? This is 8. So I picked up 6 and 7 for Christmas, and this is the last in the series. So I thought I'd better get it. I've read like the first 6 of these and love them, but I need to reread them because I read them so long ago it's not funny. But I need to read the last 2. If I didn't point that out, it's by Ian Colfer. Yep. Also, these covers are really cool. I only have the last 3 in these, but they are really cool. Next, I have Foxglove Summer by Ben Aranovich. This is book 5 in the Peter Grant series. Something like that. Peter Grant, PC Grant, something. These are like supposed to be a cross between Terry Pratchett and Jim Butcher's Dresden Files, and that just appeals to me a lot. So I own all the rest of these somewhere. They're over there, but yeah. This is book 5. I own books 1 to 4, and I'm excited to read these soon. Then we have The Jewel by Amy Ewing. This I saw first on, I think it was Jillian's channel at Bookish and Nerdy. She was talking about it. The American cover is slightly different, but I really like this cover. I like the gold embellishment on the writing, bronze, gold, something like that. It's a very nice cover. It's just all round quite nice, and I like it. This is about supposed to be like Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Follows a girl who is going to be used as like royal surrogate. It sounds really interesting, another dystopian, and excited to read it. Then I picked up Althea and Oliver by Christina Moracho. This is a contemporary young adult following a guy and a girl, mid-90s, man. And I was a child in the 90s, like little, but I still appreciate the 90s. So, you know. And it just looks really fun. And I think she's in love with him, and he's got a sleep disorder of some kind. And I don't know much more about it than that, but it looks really good. And I'm excited to pick this up really, really soon. And then I picked up The Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch. This is book 3 in the Gentleman Bastard sequence. I picked up book 1 and 2 a couple of months ago, and this just came down to the small format paperback, and I thought I better pick it up. These covers are absolutely gorgeous though, like, gorgeous. So I'm very happy about this, and this one's the biggest in the series by a lot so far. This series looks amazing, and I've heard such wonderful things from co-workers and people who've read it on BookTube, so I'm excited to pick these up. Next we have a hunker, and it is Rogues, an anthology by George R. R. Martin and Gardner Dozois. Sorry, I can't pronounce French names well, I'm really sorry. This has a lot of different authors in it and is an anthology. I've read the Dangerous Women anthology, which was by the same editing crew, and it just looks really good, and my plan is to read a few of these every now and again and just slowly make my way through it. I want to read the Scott Lynch one, I also want to read the Patrick Rothfuss one, and I want to read the George Martin one, because they all look really good, plus all of them look really good. There are a lot of really good authors in this bunch, and I'm just excited. Then I picked up Perfect Scoundrels by Ally Carter. This is the third book in the High Society series. It's kind of like a collection of stories. They're not like plot connected, but they follow the same lot of characters, unlike her other series, which follows like an overarching plot line. This one's less so the series doesn't really have a conclusive ending. You don't feel left hanging. It's the kind of series that can just keep being added to, episodic kind of. And I have already read this. I read it a year or so ago, a couple of years ago. I borrowed it off a friend though, and I have the first two, so I thought I needed to pick up the third one, and when I saw it in my bookstore, I just had to pick it up. Next, I picked up Eon by Alison Goodman. I picked this up at the Op Shop charity store for $1, and need I say more? I've seen this around BookTube a lot with a different cover, but you know, different publishing realms, you all US people, and this is a duology, Eon and Eona, and it just looks really good. And I've heard a lot of things, and it was $1. $1. Next, I picked up. That was my phone. Next, I picked up 5 books by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. So we have Beautiful Creatures, Beautiful Darkness, Beautiful Chaos, and Beautiful Redemption. And Dangerous Creatures. So it kind of annoys me because the covers don't all exactly match, but that's what they do here in Australia, and it's stupid. So this one's shiny, doesn't have the metallic. It's got the shiny cover and no metallic. These have the matte cover and the metallic writing, but this one has blue cover and blue writing. These ones have coloured background silver writing. These two match, but they match close enough. I don't really mind that much. Like, even when you look on the back of what the whole lot look like, they don't match. So consistency fail, but you know. And then Dangerous Creatures is new, so it's only format so far, but it's quite cute. These are all, so the first 4, this one is a companion series to these, which are a completed series, and I don't know honestly that much about them, but I've heard great things. I think they're like immortal witch people, but it's called the Caster Chronicles. I don't know what this one's called. Is it the Dark Casters? Series names, I don't know. But maybe they're all Caster Chronicles. I don't know. But I've heard wonderful things from a lot of people. I've heard from other people, don't you dare watch the movie. So I'm not going to watch the movie, to be honest, because apparently the books are infinitely better and the movies kind of ruin it. So I will be reading these at some point. Hopefully not too far away, because they look kind of great. And they are the paranormal fantasy stuff. I do like that a lot. So I'll be reading these soon. And finally, the last 7 books here have a little bit of a story about them. They are kind of a collection in that they all come from the same publishing house. And it's a new publishing house that's got together maybe in the last year or so. And I'm missing in their so far release catalogue 2 books, which I'm waiting to arrive. And you would think, why would you buy a whole catalogue of books? Like one publisher's entire catalogue. That is its own story in itself. I am part of the community of Glee fandom people. Some people know that about me, some people may not. It is a thing. In my day, I have read a lot of Glee fanfiction, and these writers are people who are really big within the community, have written marvelous stuff for the Glee fandom, and have been approached by this new publishing house to write LGBTQ+, I can never remember all of the things, include all of the things. I never know exactly how many things there are. I can never remember off the top of my head. But the idea is to write queer fiction in realistic and well written ways. And I know a lot of these authors semi personally, so I felt not obliged, but I was really interested in getting the whole collection. So some of these I have read in their original form, others I have not, but I know and follow on Tumblr a lot of these authors. So this is my collection. I'll show each one to you individually. So first we have Chef's Table by Lynn Charles. This is a contemporary romance following a chef and a food critic. And, you know, I just no, a chef and a cook, like something like that. Romance, food. I bought this. I bought all of these today, and my boss, who's really into cooking, was like, "I want to read that." So, yes, and I really don't know how to describe it much more than that. So it's essentially about two chefs, chef and a cook kind of thing, falling in love kind of stuff, and it looks really cute. And I don't think I've actually read the original form of this, but I have heard of it. I remember wanting to read it, I just didn't get around to it. So I'm excited to read this. The next one is Forever Man by A.J. DeWall. This is a contemporary looking at the music industry and falling in love in the music industry. These are all romances, but in interesting situations. And yeah, this one follows friends that were two guys that were friends in Catholic school and then have later got trying to figure out can they have a relationship and all this kind of stuff. And there's music industry things. And it looks really good. And then next we have Sotto Voce by Erin Finnegan, and this follows a wine critic and a winemaker, I think. Yes, and it has a lot of wine stuff, a lot of musical references, and I definitely remember seeing this one as something I wanted to read in its original form, and just, it looks really good. It is all the things I want from a novel. And we also have Designs on You by Carrie Pack. This follows a model and a photographer in that kind of situation, romance. You can probably kind of get the drill by now, but they all look really good. This one's nice and short, so I'm excited to get around to that soon. And we have Platonic by Kate Paddington. I know the author, Kate Paddington. It's a pen name, but you know, more personally than a lot of the others. I have read this story in its original form, and I'm excited to read it in this one. Kate is a local Melbourne Australian author, and I've kind of had a lot of chats with her about where she's going in her science career and that kind of stuff. And because I'm doing science, so I know Kate pretty well. Pretty well. We talk on the internet, and so I'm really excited to read this. We also have Bleeding Heart by Melissa Graves. This is a paranormal romance, vampires, but is there werewolves as well? Is it just vampires? Just vampires, maybe. Yes. And a medical student and romance. And I also follow and talk to semi-regularly this author, Melissa, who is kind of amazing and writes really amazing stuff. And just, I haven't actually read this story, but I've read a lot of her other stuff, so I'm really excited to read this, and it is getting a sequel sometime this year, maybe. So I want to pick that up too when it comes out. And I also picked up The Bones of You by Laura Stone. This is the longest of these Interlude Press novels. Have a look at the Interlude Press little symbol. I love it. It's so cute. It's two little jigsaw pieces. It's just really cute. That's the publishing house that all these are published under. And this one is a contemporary New York style novel with a Broadway star and a university student, and just I think I remember seeing this in its original form. I don't know if I read it or not though. Can't remember. And it looks so good. So good. And this cover is just absolutely stunning. Like, I was looking at all of these, and this is the one that I felt I absolutely had to get just to have this gorgeous cover on my shelf. Like, how gorgeous. He's so pretty. These 7 novels are all from the Interlude Press shop. Publishers, I got them. I had to get them imported, but you know, I got them. I'm still waiting on 2 more, and then I will have the full catalogue as it stands, but there are more books coming out every month, like books every month. So I will be slowly collecting this whole thing because there are some upcoming ones that I'm very, very excited about. Yay! If you're into or want to get into queer fiction and romance, there is definitely mutual content in these, but if you're of an appropriate age and that interests you, give them a read. It's great support, and they're really well written, and look into really good issues, and yeah. So that's my book haul. Cue clip of me trying to hold this whole stack up, which I did at the start before I filmed this video, before I put them everywhere, but watch me try, and I didn't fail. I did hold them all up, but it was tricky. Oh, oh. I'm doing this at the start because it's hard to make a stack out of these, but this is my stack. So thank you for watching my book haul. Yeah, I bought too many books. I feel like that's the motto of my life. Whoops, I bought too many books. But I'm really excited to get to all of these. And I will be reading a lot in February with any luck. So I can hopefully cut down a bit of my TBR and get some stuff read. I'm hoping to read some of these plus a whole bunch of other stuff that I have sitting on my TBR shelf. I wave here, this is not my TBR shelf. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought. Let me know if you're interested in getting any of these Interlude Press titles, because you can buy them off the store in the US and Canada off interludepress.com, which you can kind of see just there. And they're on the more expensive side. They're like $20 paperbacks for, well, this one's $20, but it's the most expensive. This one was a $16 paperback, so they're not super cheap, but they are a new little company that are growing, and they haven't, like, they're still little, so you gotta let them be a tad expensive still, and they look really good, so you should check them out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon with my January wrap up. Bye!